left my hot chilies from last summer. They have been drying all fall and winter. I think they've probably been dry for quite a while. I'll show you in a moment what I did with the majority of them, but these are ones that wouldn't fit in the container that I was using. So I decided to blitz these and make them into a bit of a pepper flake mix, I guess. One of them went up inside of this thing, didn't get buzzed at all. I'll do that a bit later. So far there's nothing too bad in the air. I've been warned by Ian Naughton and I guess other people online that well, they do smell there a bit now, that you can really get your eyes smarting with the powder that comes off of them. But some of those pieces are still a bit bigger than I'd like to see, but well, I guess they're okay. There's a lot of seeds there. I'll put those in a little container and show you what they look like in a second. Well, this is how I prefer to save them after they're thoroughly dried, and these are thoroughly dried. They're on a screen up in the grow room actually for the last several months. I don't know why I prefer this way. I like just taking one chili or two chilies, whatever I want for the dish that I'm going to be cooking, and just crumbling it as I use it. So that's my preferred method, but they wouldn't all fit in the jar. So I need this. There must be 3/4 of a cup at least in there, I guess, of seeds and crushed. That would be available to use quicker than using these, so I'll probably use this first. But there is the hot peppers, and that's the reason that I'm not planting any this year. I like hot peppers, but there's a lot of heat in those two containers, and I'm sure they'll do me for the next year. I won't need to grow any until the following year. Well, while I'm set up here, I thought I would show you my latest pot of Belgian endive, Whitloaf chicory, whatever you want to call it, that I'm forcing. They're coming along quite nicely. This one here, well, I guess it was smaller to begin with, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. This is sort of blooming out, but it's still fairly solid head. I think I'll leave them for the better part of another week or so anyway before I harvest them. They are a lot of fun to grow. If you haven't tried this before, I would recommend buying some seed and giving it a try. I'm not sure that I'll do it again this year, but it's been a lot of fun playing around with them. Well, I'm in the grow room to show you a few things that I've got started in here, and progress and lack of progress and all that good stuff. But this is a shot out the window from the grow room. Used to be a bedroom on the what I call the back of my house. I guess it is the back of my house, looking down at the two chicken coops. An amazing amount of snow on the roof. I don't know, I'm inside every day and I don't see where it's, the amount of snow is doing any damage or anything like that. And actually it's probably an excellent insulator. It helps hold in the body heat of all the birds, keeps it from going out through the roof. There are actually signs of spring. That doesn't look very spring-like, and you probably can't see it, but we're getting some fine snow right now. Isn't supposed to amount to much, but the major sign of spring is the temperature. It has moderated considerably. Still a lot colder than a lot of people would like to see it, I guess, but it's a seasonable temperature for here now. It's -4 right now, midday. Went down to -6 or 7 or something like that overnight, but that is so much milder than what we have been getting. So we're coming into a more seasonable kind of weather for here. This winter has been brutal and not at all what we commonly get for a winter. We usually get lots of winter, but this has been an exceptionally brutal one. Well, let's have a little look at how things are progressing here in the grow room. I hope this isn't too dark. I've turned off the grow lights because, I don't know, they distort the color of everything, whatever those tubes are. So this is the achocha vine. It's one of those South American cucumber substitute type things that I showed you in a previous video. It's doing very well, as you can see. I'm not really certain how long I've had that planted. 3 weeks or more anyway. I guess I should mark dates down, but I didn't. Anyway, I'm encouraged because these little double leaf axils here have little buds down in there, which I think once this vine grows a bit longer, I'm just going to stop the end from growing, and hopefully that will make it bush out, and I'll be able to keep it under control. I've repotted it into a much larger pot than it was in. I repotted it about a week ago, I think. And this, if you can see what's in there, I have a large package of pelletized carrot seed that are probably 3 years old, I guess. I made a mistake when I ordered them from Vessie's. It wasn't Vessie's problem, it was me. I used the wrong code, and I got a package of the things that was large enough to grow a market garden. And I didn't grow any last year, so I'm sure these are 2 years old and probably 3. So what I'm doing is a germination test. The little pellets have, whatever that white stuff is, has dissolved. Only been in there 24 hours, and carrots are slow to get started anyway. So a week or 10 days from now, we'll see if we have any germination, and I'll know whether or not I have to order fresh seeds. These are the cucamelon or mouse melon, and I've also put those up into larger pots, and they're starting to vine. I didn't say earlier, but the cotyledons, the seed leaves on the achocha had dried up, and I removed them. And the same thing is happening here, which is normal. You expect that to happen, but I'm a little concerned about this. There is burning around the edge on that leaf. At one time, they were quite close to the fluorescent lights, and fluorescent lights don't get that hot, so it wasn't temperature, but it might be too much. It's light. It could be a light burn. So anyway, they're still alive and growing and starting to put out the little tendril things to look for something to grab a hold of. This is that green globe basil, which is supposed to grow into a nice small-leafed little mound. Very slow. It's now got one true set of leaves, and the second true set is beginning there in the center. I have to keep reminding myself that plants grow proportionate to their size. These are very small when they germinate, so it takes them quite a while to get energy enough to produce the first set of leaves. But as they get more leaves and get bigger, they will grow faster and faster. I don't think I'm going to have to repot this one, at least not for some considerable period of time. I think it will do in that little, whatever that is, 3-inch pot, I guess. You don't really need to see a pot of soil, but that's what this is. I'm trying to grow a kumquat, a citrus kumquat called Fortunella. Very reputable seed company that I bought them from, so I'm sure they will eventually germinate. But I planted 5 in that, and probably, I don't know, a month, 5 weeks ago, nothing happened. So I got digging around in it the other day. I couldn't even find the seeds. I don't know if they just rotted or what. They had been on the propagating mat down in my living room in front of the glass patio door there, which gave them lots of light. I don't know, I keep the living room kind of cool, so maybe it was too cool for them. I've planted 5 or 6 more in there, and it says on the seed packet they should germinate in 14 to 21 days. Well, these were just planted yesterday, so fingers crossed I might get another interesting host plant out of this. Just more pots of dirt at this point. This one here I planted yesterday, I guess. That's the cutting leaf celery. This, it's germinating. I don't know if you can see it down in there or not. That's another one of the achochas. Not that I need to have 2 of those things growing in the house, but when I was sending out those seeds to people who requested them in one of my previous videos, I came across this particular one that was totally different color. It was much lighter brown. The other ones are almost a dark brown, almost black. So I thought, it's probably not a viable seed. I won't send that to anybody. I stuck it in a pot. It is a viable seed. It's up and growing. This is sunberry. Harold, the old woodworker guy, grew sunberries last year and got me interested. They've been in there for I don't know, close to a week, I think. I think they were planted on the 11th, so that is a week. No germination yet. I'm not certain how long it takes for them to germinate. They're on a propagating mat, and this plastic dome goes over it. These two on the end are Espelette peppers seeds. This one back here, I probably should just discard it. That's been, heavens, a month and a half, I guess. These have been in for a week. It's the remainder of the seeds, and they're in a much better growing mix. So I still have fingers crossed that I'll get some germination there. Well, these are the maple cuttings that I'm trying to get to root. I'm trying to show you what the little buds are looking like. They look like they're trying to break open. You can look at this one right in here. However, I don't know. They've been looking like that now for over a week. Nothing more is happening. I keep this in a large plastic Ziploc bag so that the humidity stays up, and now it's up in the grow room, or it should be a bit warmer and whatever. So we have hopes, I guess, of the maples rooting. In with the maple, I have three cuttings off of a magnolia, Royal Star magnolia. And that is definitely progressing. I don't know if it's going to grow roots or not, but as you can see right here, it's got nice green leaves starting to come out on that one. So perhaps the maples will come along and do just as well. Well, I plan to try to highlight one or two of the things that I'm planning to grow in each one of my upcoming videos. So I'll start with the kumquat in this one. The variety, I guess I said, is Fortunella. And supposedly this is a variety that makes a good house plant. Definitely would not grow outside here, and produces fruit for you. I like kumquats. I only see them around here at Christmas time. If you aren't familiar with them, you eat them skin and all, and they do have a fair amount of seeds in them, at least most of the ones that I've tried. And as you have seen, so far I haven't got any germination, but I still have my fingers crossed. There are a number of seeds, and I'm still trying. The next one is Armenian cucumber. I've heard about these. I've watched various YouTube gardeners that grow them. I've never tasted one, and I have never seen one in a shop around here anywhere, so I've purchased some seed to give it a try. According to the seed packet, and I bought these from Annapolis Seed, in Nova Scotia, so they are a variety that will grow in this climate. They're not actually a cucumber. They have a cucumber-like flavor and are used as a cucumber, but they're in the melon family, related to cantaloupe. So that will be an interesting thing. I'm only going to plant a couple of plants, probably on a trellis inside of the hoopos, although I have seen various things online, people using them for pickles, so if I get enough, I may try them in some pickles just to see what I think of them. Well, thank you very much for watching, and in closing I would like to once again offer a few seeds, both of the Fortunella kumquat and the Armenian cucumber. I have enough of the Armenian cucumber seeds. I think I probably would make 5 offerings, and I'll put 3 seeds in a packet. That still leaves me enough to plant. I only want a few plants anyway. And as you know, I haven't had great luck yet with that kumquat, but if you want to try it, I have enough there that I can do 5 packages as well, with a couple of seeds in each one. And what I will do is I will enclose with the little envelope of seeds photocopy of the packet information on both of these varieties. And once again, this is available for anybody globe-wide. I'll send these anywhere. I said that the last time I did this, and I think all of the people that requested them were from Canada and the US, but no matter where you're from, feel free. I would be more than willing to send you a few seeds. And thank you once again for watching this little video.